you doing?
An equation.
Go on.
Does one of these plus one of these equal this?
It's a simple equation taken from this viral video. Take 5 cranes and 5 wrecking balls, and you've got a desktop toy taken to the max. But is it really possible to supersize a Newton's cradle?
A wrecking ball-sized Newton cradle. That is fantastic.
Ain't it sweet? It's my favorite.
How do you want to proceed?
Well, we all know where this is going to end up, and it's going to be with full-sized wrecking balls.
And that is going to be a huge build.
Well, since this is all about scaling the Newton's cradle effect, there's no need to go stampeding towards the full-on wrecking balls. Why don't we do it gradually?
You mean incrementally bumping up the size of our Newton cradles?
Exactly, and see if we can tease out any kind of problems dealing with the increase in scale.
That sounds perfect. Let's do it.
Okay.
So after the first of many cheap gags,
You need to stop playing with your balls and get back to work.
Adam set sail on small scale.
Now, the Newton cradle is effectively an instant lesson in energy transfer. And energy transfer is the soul of this story, for when we bring this up to full-scale wrecking balls, the biggest problem we could encounter is that the energy transfer doesn't work, that when we lift ball 1 of the wrecking balls, it does not send ball 5 like you'd expect a Newton cradle to work. So how are we going to know how we're doing as we scale this up incrementally? This is how. I will pull ball 1 up to this block, which is the exact same distance from ball 1 as this block is from ball 5. I release ball 1, it sends ball 5 a certain distance that I can measure and compare against our subsequent Newton cradles.
It's a simple but short-lived setup.
All right.
So let's see it again. In slow motion, Adam releases ball 1, and in a clear demonstration of this cradle's efficiency, ball 5 almost kisses the blue block.
What'd you get?
The energy transfer was surprisingly clean. Ball 5 traveled 98% the distance that ball 1 did.
Wow, only 2% loss after one hit.
Yeah,
Why don't we take it up a notch? Next size up.
absolutely. Let's do it.
At 98%, the office toy is impressively efficient. But can a bigger cradle beat this benchmark?
Now I've got to make one of these with 5 of these. Now clearly all I have to do is attach some string to this, but that's no mean feat. I don't know if you've ever tried to drill into a chrome steel bearing, but I have, and it sucks. So I'm going to have to machine a solution to solidly hold on to these and turn them into a Newton cradle.
Using 2.5-inch ball bearings is no walk in the park. But hats off to Adam, because he's got a solution.
Last one. Now this little aluminum hat here is how I'm going to hold on to this steel ball, but how, you ask? They don't seem to match up very well. Well, I'm going to cut a concavity into this aluminum hat that matches the sphericity of this ball. With what? With a tool I haven't actually used in about 15 years. It's called a radius cutter. And what it does is you set it up to cut an exact curve, and it will cut into my little hats a perfect 2.5-inch diameter curve that'll allow me to glue these hats to these balls with a tremendous amount of surface area.
And with that complete, a quick montage later, and Newton 2.5 is ready to roll. And roll it does.
It's not easy being me sometimes.
But after a quick restring,
Shall we try it out?
it's got Adam dancing with excitement.
Oh, that's cool.
And while both he and Jamie get particularly pleased at something a little low-key,
Isn't that nice?
it's definitely a build to be proud of.
It's funny, even these 2.5-inch balls are making me giggle. I love it. But in my mind's eye, I'm already seeing the larger and larger ones that we're going to be building, and it's going to be hilarious.
But before that hilarity, it's time for scale test 2.
2.5-inch ball Newton cradle in 3, 2, 1. Let's check it out on high speed.
Like last time, Adam releases ball 1 before measuring where ball 5 maxes out. And the results are very encouraging.
Come on, come on, come on,
It
come on,
looks
come on,
like
come
it's
on.
going to touch.
It's 3/8 away, which is 3%, which means it's pretty freaking efficient. The desktop model, the ball went 98% of the original distance. This is 97% of the original distance. It's scaling beautifully.
In our first test, ball 5 moved 98% as far as ball 1 did. That's a 2% loss in that exchange. When we moved up to 2.5-inch balls, we had a 3% loss. That's only 1% of difference. But here's the thing. The 2.5-inch balls are about 3 times the diameter of the 1-inch balls, but they're 23 times the mass. So a 1% difference, it's not very much.
And what that means is that going ludicrously large, like the Myth, may just yet work. Is this crazy construction site's viral video really real? Or is this myth headed to the wrecking yard? Well, so far, it's so good.
I love it.
Because scaling up the Newton Cradle with bigger ball bearings appears to be working.
It's scaling beautifully.
But now it's time to go bigger again.
Next up, we're going to go to a 6-inch diameter ball bearing. This is 33 pounds, and that means that it's 323 times as massive as these little ones.
Like the 2.5-inch version, it's Adam who's in charge of the build.
Another day, another Newton Cradle stand.
From the stand, that this time is more heavily reinforced,
Nice rack!
to the ball securing system.
Oh, yes! Wow, that's heavy.
It's an intricate fabrication that is soon ready for a trial run. First impressions are good.
This is 160 pounds of Newton Cradle right here.
The ball bounce back seems solid,
Oh my God, the energy is just massive.
and Jamie's giggling with excitement.
I've been obsessing about this story ever since I first came across it. But now that it's here, I'm finding it difficult to describe how much fun it is. So the only thing I could come up with was to just show you. The little balls, bigger balls, and really big balls. Need I say anything more?
Actually, yes, Jamie. How about you give us a countdown to the efficiency test?
3, 2, 1.
Nice. That was a good clean one. Shall we check out the high speed?
Yep.
All right, Jamie. Ball 5 went to 94.1% of the distance of ball 1.
Yeah, that's an additional 3% loss.
I'm still feeling pretty good about this thing.
Yeah, still working. So is increasing the mass causing us a problem? Well, we are seeing an increase in losses the more we scale these balls up. But here's the thing, it's not proportionate. These balls are over 200 times the mass of the original small balls on the toy, and yet we're only seeing a total of about a 6% loss. It's not very much.
Although there is drop-off with increasing size, it's so slight that the bigger cradles still work as hoped. And that means that full scale may not be so far-fetched. Provided, of course, that real wrecking balls perform the same as ball bearings.
I watch this thing go and I have one thought. Our full-scale wrecking ball Newton Cradle, it's gotta work. Dude, this thing's great. What do we do next?
I think it's time for us to go check out a full-size wrecking ball.
Awesome! I was hoping you'd say that.
In Wrecking Ball Baloney,
I'm confused.
Adam and Jamie's shop tests using giant ball bearings have been a hit.
I don't get tired of that sound. This is what everyone will be wanting for Christmas this year.
Which means it's time to go full scale. Where the first thing on their shopping list is 5 identical wrecking balls, which, somewhat unexpectedly, turns out to be impossible. But all is not lost.
There is nobody who has 5 identical wrecking balls.
Well, you know what that means.
I think I do.
We're gonna have to build our own.
How do you want to do it?
Big steel balls filled with concrete?
That could work. Shall we try it in scale first?
Sure.
All right. So our full-size wrecking balls need to be identical for two reasons. First, it's because that's what you see in the video. But second, and more importantly, their mass needs to be identical because that gives us the best energy transfer possible. Not only their mass, but also their surfaces have to be as round as we can get them. So we've got to make our own, and we're going to use the building blocks of real wrecking balls, steel and concrete. Before we go to full scale, we're going to try a scale experiment with the simplest arrangement of this possible, a steel sphere filled with concrete. So I have sourced some 6-inch hollow steel balls. I'm going to drill a hole in them and fill them with ceramically hard plaster that matches the compressive strength of concrete. I'm going to build a Newton cradle out of that, and that really ought to give us a good guide as to the viability of our concept for the large-scale one.
And once the filling's hardened, everything's set to see if they work.
Here we go. Uh-oh. Hey, Jamie, you better come take a look at this.
What's up?
Check this out.
Doesn't last very long.
Clearly, we're going to have to come up with something other than just filling our wrecking balls with concrete.
Yeah, that's kind of dead. This is just what I was afraid of. These mild steel balls are filled with an ultra-hard gypsum-based product, but they're still not passing enough energy through to do the job we want. They're absorbing it somehow. So what we need to do now is find out how much.
6-inch composite-filled balls in 3, 2, 1. And that's just a sad noise. Well, let's check it out.
Remember, the 6-inch ball bearings were 94% efficient. How will these compare?
63%. We went from 98, 97, 94 to 63.
That's a big drop-off.
It's not only a big drop-off, it doesn't last. It's not a Newton cradle.
Nope.
Personally, I'm bummed. Now I know that when you look at the high-speed shot here, it looks like the energy transfer you expect from a Newton cradle is actually happening. Ball 1 goes down, ball 5 comes up. But here's the thing that makes a Newton cradle awesome. The energy transfer continues. Tick, tick, tick. What I'm getting from this isn't tick, tick, tick. It's tick, tick. And everyone seems to want to go home. I don't know what we're going to do.
With real wrecking balls unavailable and the most simple do-it-yourself design falling flat, what this myth needs is a brainstorm.
So, giant Newton cradle. How do you want to do it?
Well, we've got this problem, right? This is going to be probably 20 feet high. I mean, we can't forge these solid steel.
Yeah.
There's just no way we can, I mean...
And yet we can't have just a big sphere that we fill with something like concrete.
It's a slow start, so let's speed things up. Their goal is to design a wrecking ball stand-in that transfers energy better than their earlier effort. But after an hour, all they've come up with is the shape.
I think something round, something that looks like the quintessential wrecking ball that you expect to see.
They really are going round in circles.
You can't just take something and fill it with sand or anything. We need the energy transfer across the center.
Until Jamie gets a bolt from the blue.
Oh, I know. All you need is a plate to go right through the middle. And then we get some metal spheres and weld them top and bottom, then fill the rest with rebar and concrete.
Don't they make buoys that are made of steel?
Yeah, that's the ticket.
Then we get one of those, we put the plate in the middle, we end up with something where it's a solid steel transfer from ball to ball, but no one could look at them and say, that's not a wrecking ball.
Like that.
That is perfect.
I think we've got a plan.
Let's do it.
Eureka! They've cracked it. But for the rest of us, here's a graphic. They're going to take a 28-inch naval buoy and cut it in half. Across the center, they'll weld a 3-inch thick hardened steel plate that should be able to transfer the energy of the swing. Inside the buoy, they'll add rebar and concrete, just like some old-fashioned wrecking balls. That leaves 2 questions. With 5 in a row, will it work? And can they build them? Well, with the delivery of buoys, the guys get that ball rolling.
These things are going to get cut in half, and then we're going to weld the plates right down the middle. This thing's going to be the center of our wrecking balls. It's a 3-inch thick piece of specially hardened steel that we've chosen because it's going to be the contact point from ball to ball. And because it's really hard, hopefully it's going to transfer the energy just like the Newton's Cradle does. We're also going to weld structural stuff that we need onto it, like a bunch of reinforcing bars, and the rest of this space will be filled with concrete.
It's definitely an all-hands-on-deck type build, even if a couple of those hands get distracted. But once Adam and Jamie chime back in, their fearsome spheres, a kind of hybrid of real wrecking balls and giant ball bearings, take shape fast.
And off we go.
And while the concrete fill starts chaotically,
Slow down. Stop.
it's not long before the team
Don, I need you to get the vibrator ready.
has this part of the build in the can.
Oh, messier than I thought.
Isn't that the title of your autobiography? Lovely. Look at that.
And after 2 weeks to cure, plus a quick paint job, they're all set. But will they actually work?
After a couple of weeks' work, this is either 10,000 pounds of awesome or 10,000 pounds of failure.
Adam and Jamie's wrecking balls are ready.
Let's move them out.
All right.
Now they just need to be strung up into the world's largest Newton's Cradle.
This is our location. It's a dry dock in Vallejo, California, and we've used it a number of times before for experiments. Check this out. I don't mind saying I'm hyperventilating. So why this location? Well, for the wrecking ball scale version of the Newton's Cradle, we need to be able to suspend the balls at quite a height. Now, we could do it on top of a large building, or we could do it by suspending them over a big hole, like this one.
As well as the big hull, the dry dock also comes complete with its own cranes. But unlike the video, the guys won't be swinging their balls from them.
Now, in the clip, our wrecking ball Newton Cradle is actually suspended from 5 adjacent tower cranes next to each other. And there's 2 problems with this picture. One is they don't use tower cranes to swing wrecking balls. And 2, we were never ever going to find 5 tower cranes that we could park right next to each other. So, this I-beam and 4 others quite similar to it are going to be a figure-8 structure which we are going to hang our wrecking ball Newton Cradle from. We're just about to weld it in place. That's it.
That was fast.
Let's get it in the air.
Yeah.
With the frame secured so that it juts out over the dry dock, the guys then need to attach their wrecking balls to it,
I'm gonna go over here.
which, given their combined weight of over 5 tons,
Aren't they pretty?
is something which is easier said than done.
Given that each of these balls weighs about a ton, it's going to be quite a process to hoist them and maneuver them into place. So I'm going to be on the ground with the forklift, and I'm carefully going to cradle them and pick them up and put them in place. Okay. How's it look up there?
Looks beautiful.
While Adam is overhead on a boom lift, arranging the slings and the cables. And we'll carefully scooch them all in so they precisely fit, because if this thing's going to work, that's the way it's going to have to be.
All right, let's give that a shot.
I don't know. I'm getting the impression we need maybe another ½ inch.
Copy that, no problem.
Making sure that the central steel plates line up perfectly is what may make or break this myth.
You know, they're all kind of dropping a little bit because of the additional weight to the cable overhead.
So getting that spot on is crucial.
I think it's good.
It looks perfect.
And once that's sorted, the guys get on with the finishing touches.
Does that add something to them?
Totally.
Yeah, it makes them pop a little bit, huh?
But some viewers may be wondering why there's not 2 strings attached.
Why, oh why, you might be asking, are we hanging these wrecking balls from single cables when every Newton Cradle we've thus far built in this episode hangs from 2 cables in a V formation? That's because this is the arrangement that we see in the clip. We are testing the circumstances of the clip first, and only if that doesn't work do we go to 2 cables.
With the string theory sorted, everything's finally ready for a test.
Now, in order for us to call this a bona fide Newton cradle, I think we need to see two things. One, of course, that when ball 1 hits ball 2, we see ball 5 go up. And I pretty much expect that we're going to see that. But the second part, the part that makes me nervous, is that ball 5 needs to come back down, hit ball 4, and send ball 1 back up. We need to see not only a tick-tick, but a tick-tick-tick-tick for this to be a real Newton cradle.
Remember, the internal steel plates, theoretically capable of transferring the energy of the swing, should give this myth a helping hand. Consequently, expectations are high.
We're ready to go. All right, you ready?
I've been waiting for this, you
I
know?
know, me too. The world's largest Newton cradle. Test number 1 and 3, 2, 1.
Oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
We had a little rig settling there.
Yeah, it wasn't very exciting, though.
No, it wasn't. It was one hit. A one-hit wonder.
A one-hit wonder indeed, and not a good one at that. But all is not lost.
I don't need this high-speed camera to tell me that that one was, shall we say, lackluster. Where did the energy go? The middle of every one of these balls is a big hardened steel plate. Well, some of the energy was absorbed by the balls, but some of it was absorbed by our framework actually moving. The amount of force from ball 1 hitting ball 2 moved our entire multi-thousand-pound framework. So we've secured it, and we're gonna go again.
With the framework secured to within an inch of its life, it's onwards and upwards, because this time,
I think that's good.
they're pulling ball 1 back as high as it will go to try to maximize the energy of the swing.
Single string, maximum pullback in 3, 2, 1. That was a hell of a hit.
That was a hell of a hit and a very sad, sad story.
They're all just sort of swinging together. That's kind of a letdown.
That is a real letdown.
Yep, despite ball 1 hitting ball 2 with an impact in excess of 150,000 psi, there's still no ka-ching to the swing.
Hear that? That is the sound of failure. This thing is so awesome. I wish you could see it. Unfortunately, all we've got to show for it is some swinging shiny balls. They're not ticking like the Newton cradle of our dreams. Sorry.
No need to be sorry, Adam, because this myth's grand finale is still to come. The MythBusters' giant Newton's cradle started with a song.
5 homemade wrecking balls, 1 huge steel frame, huge empty dry dock, and a wrecking ball Newton cradle.
But ended with a dong.
That was a hell of a hit.
And a very sad, sad story.
But there may be light at the end of the tunnel.
So check this out. Even though this is hardened steel, the areas where the balls are impacting have become flattened from the impacts. And it's not just here, it's throughout all of the balls, which means that they're all kind of squashing like hamburger patties. The amount of force here is something on the order of 500,000 times as much as what's happening with those little balls on the desktop toy. So clearly, lack of energy is not our problem.
Which means the problem may be the single cable system causing the balls to lose focus.
That's kind of a letdown.
So, having restrung the balls with an extra cable, things are looking up.
So with some preliminary playing with the 5 wrecking balls on the 2 lines, Jamie and I are actually seeing somewhat of a radical improvement in their behavior. Oh. That's a little more positive. We're actually not just seeing a tick and then a boom. We're actually seeing a tick, which it makes me cautiously optimistic about this next test.
So why would 2 strings per ball work better than a single string? Well, the Newton's cradle is all about efficient energy transfer. So if any one of these balls is a little out of line, that's going to mess up the efficiency. The 2 strings will help keep these all lined up perfectly, and Hopefully that'll improve what we're seeing from this device.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Wrecking ball size Newton Cradle V formation cabling in 3, 2, 1. Go, baby! Yes! 1, 2.
3,
Ish.
4.
It's another disappointing result, but at least there was some improvement.
That was a little bit better. While our single string gave us a 30% throwout on ball 5, our double string version gave us a 45% throwout on the same ball. Now, that's nowhere near the desktop version, which gave us 98%, and it's nothing like the clip.
But before this balls up gets concluded, there's one last thing to try. Ball 1 pulled back to the max.
2 strings, max pullback, in 3, 2, 1.
It really is now or never, and it's never.
That went quite a ways.
And now it's all done.
So cue one of the MythBusters mottos. Failure is always an option.
There goes one of our cameras.
As far as we're aware, this is the largest Newton's cradle that's ever been built. And it is a Newton's cradle because it's demonstrating exactly the same physical properties that the small one does. But as we get larger and larger, it becomes harder and harder to rein in the physical losses of energy in the system, from the balls to the cables to the overhead structure. While it is a Newton's cradle, it's just never going to be as perfect as the little ones are. So where do we stand?
We set out to replicate what we saw in that clip, and nobody can say that we didn't give a wrecking ball-sized Newton cradle the best possible chance of succeeding.
But it didn't look anything like the clip.
Now, this one is totally busted.
Yeah, it's busted.
And it's busted not just because their best case scenario balls failed to fire, but also because the viral video was nothing but CGI.
Hey, you know, we ought to start our own demolition company. We got wrecking balls, we got explosives.
Absolutely.
Whatever you want.